Okay, so a 26-year-old taxi driver in Dubai from Kenya, whose name is Brian, was sexually assaulted while working. And he's now been told that he needs to pay to get his passport back to go home and see his family. And his family gave him money. They loaned him money to get to Dubai to send money back. And the cab company he works for are threatening to put him in prison and saying they don't have to pay his medical fees after he was sexually assaulted while on the job. I'm going to show you guys the video and explain everything to you guys after. You guys know I fucking hate Dubai. We don't like this place, bro. Look. Trigger warning as well, guys. Trigger warning. And it is a bit loud. I don't know if it's loud for you guys. Look at this. This is what goes on in Dubai. This is what they don't want you to see because they don't publish official crime statistics because they need to live with the facade that, oh, Dubai is safe. Baby, come to Dubai. Don't fucking go to Dubai, bro. Don't. Listen. Look at him. He moves behind him. He starts groping him. He starts groping him. This is sexual assault. They're not going to call it that, but it's sexual. It's really sexual assault. And this guy's probably on some sort of drugs because, I mean, I'll say it now because I really don't give a fuck about that place. But I know someone who sells drugs out there in Dubai, weed to be more specific. People do a lot of drugs out there. All right, people get their hands on drugs, especially if you got money, you'll get drugs. I remember my brethren, who's not my brethren anymore, when he rented a Lamborghini out there, and there was a little bit of damage on it, and the guy was fleecing him to the point where I had to even help him out, send him some money to help out with paying the damages. They tried to fleece him. The guy was off cocaine. You know, the guy was off cocaine, and my brethren's telling the police when they come, yo, this guy's doing cocaine. The police ain't do nothing, you know? True stories. Look at him. This is sexual assault. You're making him feel uncomfortable. And he calls him a nigger, by the way. This is a racist sexual assault. Listen, you hear that? Shut the fuck up or I'll kill you, nigga. This is the type of people who they let into Dubai. You've got an honest man working, honest man there to provide for his family, you know, wants to contribute to the economy. Then you have idiots like this. But they don't care about this man. Look at him. Look at what they're doing. Look at him. Look what he's doing to him. He's terrified. He's terrified, brother. Brother, your own country has so much. You know what I mean? It has so much resources, bro. You don't need to go to a fucking desert and endure this shit from this fucking dickhead. He's trying to get attention. Obviously, all cabs, all taxis in Dubai, they're forced to have cameras that record audio and video. Hence why that's hence why every single cab driver in Dubai will be shitting Dubai rainbows. No pun intended. Look at me saying bitch ass nigga. I would fuck you, bro. Fucking pussy, yo. And he gets into the front of the car, into the cab. Now, doing this in Dubai, you got to be off some sort of drugs. You know, you got to be off some sort of drugs because nobody sober will be doing that. But here's where the story takes a turn for the West, okay? You won't see this published. It's crazy how we don't see this. We're not seeing this story published by any UK outlets, you know? While Dubai is committing genocide, while UAE is committing genocide in Sudan, which the West is seen to have been kind of backing, you know? It's funny, isn't it? You know, they're they're saving Dubai's PR. Brian Kip Limo, a 26-year-old driver captured in a viral video being assaulted by a passenger in a ride-hailing taxi in Dubai, has appealed to the government to assist him in getting his passport back so that he can travel to the country following fears for his life. So I believe this is a Kenyan newspaper, all right? Why have they got his passport? I thought this didn't happen. This is the propaganda they'll spread. Oh, they don't take your passport. Oh, they'll give it back to you. Why do they have to take your passport? Your passport, you never ever surrender your documents when you're abroad. Never. Maybe a license if you want to rent a freaking motorbike in Thailand, but you never surrender your passport, bro. Because if there's no embassy in that country, you're fucked. What are you going to do? How are you going to identify yourself, bro? What began as a hopeful journey 3 months ago for a young Kenyan man chasing opportunity in the Gulf has now spiraled into a desperate plea for rescue. I fear for my life following the threats that I have received. And all I want is to go back home. I can pursue justice and follow the court case from there, Brian said in an interview with The Nation. He had left home in August this year with borrowed fare and borrowed faith, recruited by a local agency and placed with Kabi Tax Company in Dubai. He recalls there was grueling work, but the kind that allowed him to send something home at the end of the month. That, he said, was enough. Then came November 8th, the day of the incident. That morning, he picked up a request like any other, and when he arrived, only one of the listed passengers entered the car. He was calm, soft-spoken, offering no hint of danger. Brian verified the man's details, noted the short 2.5-kilometer distance between Dubai Harbour and JBR destination, and began the ride. There is Brian photographed. About 600 meters to the drop-off point, the man at the back quietly shifted seats. I did not read any ill motive. I thought maybe he was not comfortable on the right-hand side and shifted to the left, Brian said. Seconds later, he became alert when the man held him on his shoulders. He resisted and told him off. He held my neck and started strangling me. I told him to stop, that this is not acceptable, but he kept tightening his grip. Panicking and gasping for air, Brian said he lifted his hands from the steering wheel in an instinctive struggle for survival. The car veered off the road and smashed into a pavement. In a final attempt to alert anyone nearby, he pressed hard on the horn. That sound, he believes, saved his life. This man feared for his life. He feared for his life. You don't know this guy. You can't do that to cab drivers. You don't know you. The passenger loosened his grip. Brian hurriedly removed his seatbelt, flung the car door open, and sprinted away. A motorcyclist who had seen the commotion stopped, helping him call the police and ambulance. He was rushed to Rashid Hospital with a swollen neck and a hoarse, fading voice. Even then, he said, the hurdles to justice began immediately. So he's fighting for justice. This is a victim, all right? This is a man who's borrowed money off of his family back home in Kenya, come to Dubai to send money back to them, doing his job, and he is sexually assaulted by a creep. And he feared for his life. And he said, at the hospital, I was told to pay for the medical report. I had nothing. My friends had to contribute. Now, let's protect the NHS because something like that wouldn't happen here. Police demanded the dashcam footage, which was a critical piece of evidence, but he first needed a flash drive to extract it. Again, he had no money. He called home, and his family, worried and confused, sent the little money that they had. I will give this guy all the money he needs to get out of there. I swear to God. When instructed to appear with a company representative, he said Kabi Taxi Company declined, giving him instead a letter written entirely in Arabic and a counselor, though he had asked for treatment. By then, his condition was worsening. So this man is being refused treatment, and he needs treatment, bro. My neck was swollen. I was slowly losing my voice, he said. For a whole week, I begged my employer to help me get treatment. I was turned away. And these are the same employers who have his passport, by the way, before people saying, oh, well, the employers aren't responsible for you. No, it's not like here. There's no NHS. The employers have his passport. He was sexually assaulted on the job, and they don't want to help him. On November 15th, he went to the Kenyan embassy, the Kenyan consulate, seeking protection. Embassy officials intervened, calling the employer and urging them to assist. Well, they're better than the British embassy, but I hear whenever you have problems in Dubai, the British embassy just gives you a leaflet. That's what I've heard. The company, he said, promised to help. But when he returned, he wasn't offered medical care or support, but only accusations. So he wasn't offered any support. They just wanted to make him be the bad guy. you know, because you're black. You're the bad guy, bro. Hey, they said I had absconded from duty. I was sick. I could barely speak. How can you work when you can't even breathe properly? He posed. Then came the call last Thursday. The company warning that he would be marked as a runaway employee, a designation that can lead to arrest in the UAE. So they'll take your passport away, and if you don't work, you'll be classified as a runaway employee and you'll be arrested out there. Please tell me how people support this place. Oh my God, my face has been so tiny for this whole time. I forgot to make it larger. How do people support this place? How do people go to this place? Bro, I remember one time, let me finish reading the article first. Desperate, Brian asked for his passport so he could leave the country. The reply shocked him that he would have to pay to get his passport back. I had nothing left. I'm sick. I'm in pain. And I'm just asking for my passport. They told me to pay, he said. Now, alone in a foreign country, he spends most days indoors, nursing injuries, replaying the attack in his mind and wondering how quickly hope can collapse into fear. I just want to go home, he said. That's all. I just want to go home. I'm going to send them an email and say, listen, I'll help him out. I'll buy him a ticket to get back. I'll give him the money he needs for his passport, bruv. You know, because this is disgusting, man. You know, the last straw for me on this fucking hellhole country, UAE, Dubai, was the last time I was there, which I can't even remember when, but I was in a vape lounge. This is so long ago when I used to vape. I haven't vaped in years. There was in the airport, after you get through security and all that, there's a vape area you can vape in. I think it was Views. I was vaping in there, and I was speaking to this Kenyan brother who was working there. And when he told me that he gets paid like nearly half compared to what his counterpart gets paid, and he has more experience than him, etc., that's when I said, I can't support a place like this that will just pay. Like, forget everything. Like, you've got two people, same experience, doing the same job. Why is one paid more than the other? Because of his passport? That is so wrong on so many levels. I can't stand by. I'll take any excuse I can to show people how bad it is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Chung Lee, what do you have to say? Chung Lee says in China they would have helped him out. They would have given him healthcare. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace and love to every single one of you guys watching. Thank you. And try to help out Brian. I'm going to try to help out Brian, man. You know, because this is not cool, man. This is not cool.